For years, Ram, Ford, and GM have battled over horsepower and torque, each one answering the other with bigger numbers and stronger engineering. In 2026, that race finally ends, and Ram is the one ending it. The new 2026 Ram 7.2L Cummins turbo diesel isn't a small refresh, it's a complete shift in what a heavy-duty powertrain can be, built to permanently close out the torquey war. This engine doesn't just edge past Ford's Power Stroke and GM's Duramax, it redefines what a serious diesel truck engine looks like. With massive output, upgraded materials, lower emissions, stronger towing endurance, and the most advanced cooling system ever fitted to a production pickup. Industry voices are calling this the biggest diesel release in 20 years. Here's why the 2026 Ram 7.2L Cummins has the truck world talking, and why Ford and GM now face some tough decisions. First, a bigger, tougher, more advanced engine block. The headline change is simple: an all-new 7.2L displacement. After years on the 6.7L, Ram and Cummins decided 2026 was the time for a major leap. Diesel powertrain engineer Mark Ellis says the larger block wasn't about chasing marketing numbers, it was about durability at today's torque levels. The 6.7L was nearing the structural limit of what a compact iron block could handle, while the 7.2L platform allows thicker cylinder walls, better coolant flow, and far more headroom for sustained heavy towing. The result is cooler running cylinders, lower pressure spikes, greater strength under extreme strain, and sharper throttle response under load. Combined with upgraded alloys and a redesigned bed plate, this block is built to last even at record-setting torque output. Second, the torque number ending the rivalry, over 1,300 pound-feet. Nothing about this engine is bigger than its torque rating. The 2026 Ram 7.2L Cummins produces more than 1,300 pound-feet, officially passing Ford's Power Stroke and GM's revamped Duramax. Insiders expect the final certified figure to land between 1,325 and 1,380 pound-feet depending on configuration, and even the low end crushes the current competition. Analyst David Kramer notes that Ford and GM can keep adding 20 or 30 horsepower every few years, but once an engine crosses 1,300 pound-feet in a consumer truck, it's operating in commercial territory. Ram didn't just edge ahead, they jumped into a different category entirely. To keep up, Ford and GM would need to redesign their engine architecture, strengthen transmissions, reinforce frames, rework cooling, and overhaul emissions hardware, essentially forcing both rivals into multi-billion-dollar redevelopment. Third, a groundbreaking dual-stage turbo system. A bigger engine alone can't produce this kind of torque. What pushes this Cummins further is its new dual-stage variable geometry turbo, pairing a small, quick spooling turbo for instant low RPM power with a larger high-flow turbo for peak towing strength, synchronized electronically to eliminate lag while keeping strong high RPM output. Cummins engineers call it the first system this advanced in a heavy-duty consumer pickup. Turbo specialist Jason McClure says the dual-stage setup keeps exhaust temperatures down while delivering consistent boost under loads near 30,000 pounds, calling it the first diesel built around real towing demands rather than spec sheet numbers. The result feels stronger, smoother, and far less strained under heavy weight, a difference frequent towers will notice. Fourth, a next-generation 10-speed heavy-duty transmission. To handle this torque, Ram built a reinforced 10-speed automatic still based on the existing HD layout, now featuring strengthened gear sets, high-temperature fluid channels, an upgraded torque converter, a reinforced output shaft, and new adaptive shift logic that works with the turbo system to hold boost steadier through gear changes. Transmission engineer Sarah Donovan notes that running over 1,300 pound-feet through an old transmission simply wasn't possible. This new unit is stronger and smarter, cutting heat buildup and power loss during towing transitions for more stable hauling at maximum load. Fifth, tow ratings reshaping the heavy-duty segment. Ram is pushing towing capacity beyond anything previously seen in a pickup, with early estimates pointing to over 40,000 pounds gooseneck and 21,000 to 24,000 pounds bumper pull. These numbers come from combined upgrades to frame rigidity, the turbo system, cooling, torque delivery, and transmission durability. Engineer Adrian Clark explains that any brand can advertise torque, but real towing depends on the entire structure, engine, frame, transmission, and cooling, working together at their limits without failure, calling this the first platform engineered holistically for over 40,000 pounds. This is why experts believe the 2026 Ram HD lineup could dominate commercial and fleet buyers. Sixth, an entirely new cooling system for extreme loads. Ram and Cummins built a new 4-pass cooling architecture with dual high-capacity intercoolers, a larger radiator, electric auxiliary coolers, improved coolant routing, and advanced oil-to-water cooling channels, preventing overheating during sustained uphill towing, a common pain point for diesel owners. Thermal engineer Karen Liu explains that modern diesels rarely fail from power alone. They fail from heat, and this system addresses heat at every stage, calling it the most advanced cooling package ever fitted to a consumer truck, and giving this Cummins the endurance for record towing numbers. Seventh, cleaner and more efficient despite the power. The 7.2-liter Cummins meets, and in places exceeds, upcoming emissions standards thanks to a redesigned particulate filter injection system, improved EGR, lower pressure exhaust routing, precise fuel atomization, and cleaner combustion chambers. Fuel economy improves slightly too, thanks to a more efficient turbo and lower RPM demand while towing. Emissions specialist Dr. Jordan Hale calls this the cleanest high-output diesel Ram has ever built, proof that big diesels can survive the electric era when engineered intelligently, helping keep diesel relevant as the market shifts toward electrification. Eighth, built for the long haul as Cummins durability returns. The older 6.7-liter earned a legendary reputation for reliability, though modern emissions hardware complicated that somewhat. The new 7.2-liter brings back what owners want: simpler architecture, fewer heat stress points, longer maintenance intervals, stronger internal components, and a more reliable EGR and turbo setup. Researcher Dr. Ray Peterson predicts this could become the first true million-mile diesel of the decade, with the block, cooling, and turbo system all supporting serious long-term durability. Ram clearly wants this engine to outlast every Power Stroke and Duramax in its class. Ninth, why Ram has pulled ahead of Ford and GM. Ford's 6.7-liter Power Stroke and GM's 6.6-liter Duramax dominated for years, but the 7.2-liter Cummins marks a genuine generational leap, with Ram now leading in torque, displacement, towing, cooling performance, real-world hill-climbing stamina, long-term durability, and next-generation emissions strategy. Strategist Lucas Gray puts it plainly: Ram built the diesel Ford and GM never wanted to see, because it forces every rival back to the drawing board, calling it the engine that ends the torque war, since no one else is positioned to match it soon. In short, Ram didn't just win this round, they closed the competition. Finally, this is the diesel built to end the torque war. The 2026 Ram 7.2-liter Cummins isn't another yearly update, it's a full revolution, pushing past anything Ford or GM currently offers. With over 1,300 pound-feet of torque, a dual-stage turbo, dramatically improved cooling, major durability upgrades, and unmatched towing stamina, Ram and Cummins didn't just raise the bar, they decided exactly where it now sits, at a height the competition can't reach without rebuilding their entire diesel lineup from scratch. This is the engine that ends the torque war, not because Ford and GM can't fight back, but because Ram just rewrote the rules for the entire segment.